Trinity Baptist College for exciting NCAA baseball. Today's doubleheader features the Eagles from University of Fort Lauderdale versus your very own Trinity Baptist College Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for our opening prayer? Dear Lord, we thank you for the day that you have given us, and we are thankful for the beautiful weather that has allowed us to play baseball today. Lord, I ask that you keep both teams safe on the field and injury-free. Father, I ask that you help keep us keep good sportsmanship and do everything for your glory. Keep us safe as we go on with our day, and we pray. Amen. And now for the starting lineups. First, for the visiting team, the Eagles from University of Fort Lauderdale. Batting first, the center fielder number 3, Gophrich. Batting second, the right fielder number 40, Justin Martinez. Batting third, the third baseman number 38, Tristan Petty. Batting fourth, the designated hitter number 6, Malachi Woodside. Batting fifth, the second baseman number 2, Adeline Kubalete. Batting sixth, the first baseman number 26, Tad Stelowski. Batting seventh, the shortstop number 5, Jacob Case. Batting eighth, the catcher number 55, Alex Angelo. Batting ninth, the left fielder number 14, Eric Scott. And your pitcher number 18, Julian Picardo. And now, the starting lineup for your Trinity Baptist College Eagles. Batting first, the catcher number 10, Parker Gophrich. Batting second, the second baseman number 1, Darian Robinson. Batting third, the left fielder number 16, Ryan Heller. Batting fourth, the first baseman number 5, William Sissel. Batting fifth, the designated hitter number 15, Cale Jones. Batting sixth, the right fielder number 30, EJ Alvarez. Batting seventh, the third baseman number 25, Josh Ward. Batting eighth, the shortstop number 18, Luis Aguilar. Batting ninth, the center fielder number 4, Sandy Coughlin. And your pitcher number 6, Colby Kennedy. Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Trinity Baptist College as we are ready for NCAA baseball action between the Eagles and the Eagles. Once again, it is the University of Fort Lauderdale visiting Trinity Baptist College here on the west side of Jacksonville. I'm Ray Bureau, and Dean is back on camera as usual here at TBC Eagles Athletics. Fort Lauderdale won last night's ball game 11-6. And the Fort Lauderdale Eagles come in now with a record of 23 wins and 16 losses. Trinity Baptist, with the loss last night, now 11-19. And you're looking at Colby Kennedy, who will be our starting pitcher as we get started in just a moment. Colby Kennedy is 1-2 on the season with a 4.91 earned run average. This will be his 7th appearance overall. He has started all 7 times. He has thrown 1 complete game. That was a shutout. He has pitched a total of 18 1/3 innings, allowing 17 hits, 13 runs, 10 of those earned, Kennedy has walked 12 and has struck out 15. The batting order that Kennedy will face will be Wilbert Vargas in center field, Justin Martinez in right, Christian Taveras at third. 4, 5, and 6 are Malachi Woodside, the designated hitter. Adelin Kubalate at second base, bats fifth. Todd Stakowski bats sixth. He's playing first base. We saw him pinch hit last night. And the bottom third of the batting order, shortstop Jacob Case, catcher Alexi Angelo, and left fielder Eric Scott. The defensive alignment for Trinity Baptist here in Game 1. E.J. Alvarez is in right field, Sammy Cochran in center, and Ryan Heller in left. Josh Wharton is at third base. Luis Aguilar is playing shortstop. Mark Rogers injured running the bases last night. Not sure if we'll see Mark at all here today. Playing second base is Dario Huerta, and the first baseman, Will Van Sickle. Behind the plate, Parker Lafferty, the battery mate of Colby Kennedy. Wilbert Vargas steps in. He's the first batter of the ball game, hitting .422, counting last night's ball game. And Kennedy's first pitch is a fastball fouled back. No balls and a strike. Last night, Vargas was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs driven in. He now has 39 RBIs on the season. That's their leadoff hitter. No balls and a strike. Kennedy delivers and misses upstairs with a changeup. And the count is 1-1. This is a very high-powered offense, as we told you last night. Fort Lauderdale has now scored 281 runs in what is now 39 games. One ball, one strike. Kennedy winds and delivers. And a breaking ball in there for strike 2, and Vargas nods his head in agreement. Fort Lauderdale wore those Vanderbilt University-looking uniforms last night, wearing the maroon tops with the white pants today. Eagles in their blue and blacks. Here's the 1-2, swung on and just got a piece of it. Stays alive at 1-2. Winning pitcher last night in relief was Jacob LaRoque. Did a terrific job on the mound for Fort Lauderdale. Came on in the 4th inning. Ended up pitching 5 total innings, allowing 3 earned runs on 5 hits. He was great. TBC got to him in the 9th. Swing and another foul back. Still 1-2, but LaRoque did a terrific job. He didn't walk anyone, and he struck out 5 and earning the win last night. He's now 2-1 on the season. Kennedy takes his time, has a long, slow delivery. And here's the 1-2, a breaking ball lifted and pulled foul down the left field line, and that had home run distance, but fortunately well left of the foul pole. Vargas has 3 home runs on the season. Again, 39 runs batted in. He is the team leader. Number 2 is Malachi Woodside with 27. Count remains 1-2. Vargas back in the box. And Kennedy winds and delivers the 1-2. And another foul back, and Vargas giving Kennedy a good battle, and we just got started. First of 2 7-inning ball games here on the west side. It's overcast, about 73 degrees, 20% chance of rain in the forecast until later this afternoon, when it jumps up to 50. And that's the reason we moved up an hour in anticipation of the late afternoon rain that is in the forecast. Here's the 1-2 from Kennedy. And a fastball a little bit low and outside. And the count is 2-2. As I said last night, we have a great view of high and low, but a little difficult on the close pitches on the inside and outside portions of the plate from our vantage point up here above the third base dugout. Kennedy with the 2-2 and a bouncer towards short. Aguilar fields a throw to first. Close play, just in time. Very close. I had to wait for the call myself. Trinity Baptist gets the call, and there's one away. Brings up right fielder Justin Martinez, who drove in runs on 3 separate occasions last night, a squeeze bunt and a pair of RBI singles. He had 3 hits and 2 runs scored in last night's ball game as well. Officially 3 out of 5. 1 out, base is empty. And Kennedy winds and delivers, swing and a miss at a high fastball. Martinez now batting .347 on the season. No homers, 20 runs driven in. Thank you, Chris Maple, for updating the stats page on the UFTLathletics.com baseball page as Kennedy gets strike 2 in the zone. And no balls, 2 strikes. Chris Maple, the terrific SID of the University of Fort Lauderdale. This is her first season of baseball, if I remember correctly. They are 23-16. And he's out in front and over the top, and Laffrey will apply the tag for out number 2. So that goes as a strikeout and a 2 unassisted on the putout as the ball hit the ground. 2 outs with the bases empty. Third baseman Christian Tavares steps to the plate. We saw him 1 time last night, normally a starter, got last night off. He walked and scored a run in his only plate appearance last night. And the first pitch misses low and inside. Tavares is hitting .310 on the season. No homers, 16 RBIs. 1 ball, no strikes. Kennedy winds and delivers and gets the inside corner. Kennedy has gotten ahead of both hitters to start the game, then came back after the 1-0 pitch, evens the count at 1-1. Very close play at first on the ground ball by Vargas. Trinity Baptist got the call. It could have gone either way. Here is the 1-1 from Kennedy, and this one is fouled off, and Kennedy ahead in the count, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Kennedy takes his time. He's not in any hurry. And here is the 1-2. And a swing and a foul back. So count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Kennedy ready. Here comes the 1-2. And swing and a miss. And that is strike 3. And Colby Kennedy looking really sharp as we start the ball game. He gets the Fort Lauderdale Eagles in order with a pair of strikeouts. And after a half inning of play, we have no score. So we'll take this opportunity to go through the Trinity Baptist Eagles batting order and the Fort Lauderdale defensive alignment. Leading off for TBC will be the catcher Parker Laffrey. Batting second, playing second base, Dario Huerta. Batting third in left field is Ryan Heller. The cleanup hitter is first baseman Will Van Sickle. Cale Jones will bat fifth. He's the designated hitter. Batting sixth in right field is E.J. Alvarez. Josh Wharton will bat seventh. He's playing third base. Luis Aguilar is the shortstop, batting eighth. And rounding out the batting order in center field is Sandy Cochran. And the Trinity Baptist College Eagles will face number 18, Julian Picardo of the University of Fort Lauderdale. Julian Picardo is a sophomore out of Tampa, Florida. Played a little baseball at Coastal Alabama Community College as well. He is 3-5 with a .517 earned run average so far this season. He has made 12 appearances, 8 of them starts. So this will be his 9th start and 13th appearance overall. Picardo has completed 3 games, 55 2/3 innings pitched. He has allowed 62 hits, 43 runs, but only 32 of those earned. Picardo has walked 18 and struck out 46. He has allowed 17 doubles this season. And the defense behind Picardo. Left field, Eric Scott. Playing center is Wilbert Vargas, and Justin Martinez is in right. Around the infield, third baseman Christian Taveras. At shortstop is Jacob Case. Second baseman is Aderlin Kubalate. And manning first base will be Tad Stokowski. Behind the plate, Alexi Angelo, the battery mate of Julian Picardo. Parker Laffery, the catcher for TBC, will lead things off. Last night, Laffery was hitless in 5 trips to the plate. Enters today's play, batting .231. No homers and 6 runs driven in. He has scored 11 times as the primary leadoff hitter for the Eagles. So we now get our first look at Julian Picardo. This is a big man on the mound, Picardo. And from the stretch, and his first pitch. And that is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. Sophomore out of Tampa. 1 ball, no strikes. And the fastball misses down low. Laffery ahead, 0-2. Laffery has walked 6 times, only 8 strikeouts. He usually puts the ball in play. 2 balls, no strikes. Picardo delivers and gets the fastball on the inside corner. So a count of 2-1. Fort Lauderdale last night played near flawless defense. Just 1 error that really didn't hurt. Here's a 2-1 from Picardo. There's a ground ball towards third. And that is right at the third baseman, Taveras, and he makes a good throw across the diamond for the out. So 1 out for the second baseman, Dario Huerta. In the 3rd inning last night, Huerta drove in a pair of runs with a base hit. He was 2 for 5 overall with those 2 RBIs. Huerta now batting .290, no homers, 5 runs driven in. His first look at Picardo today. And he takes a fastball outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. And Picardo's pitch is lifted high toward the shortstop. That's going to be an easy catch. One-handed grab for out number 2. Jacob Case makes the play. This is the first time this season, or check that, second time this season that Picardo has faced Trinity Baptist. Pitched 4 innings on January 28th. TBC got to him for 5 runs, 4 of those earned. Ryan Heller at the plate. Picardo ready with his first pitch to Heller, and that's a cue shot right back to the box. That'll be an easy play for Picardo. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for both pitchers in the first. After 1, no score. Top of the second, and 4, 5, and 6 due up for Fort Lauderdale. Malachi Woodside, Adeline Kubalate, and Tad Stakowski. No score after one. Both pitchers had 1, 2, 3 first innings. Malachi Woodside, just like teammate Justin Martinez last night, drove in runs on 3 separate occasions. In fact, in the same innings, the 3rd, the 7th, and the 8th. Woodside had an RBI double in the 3rd, run-scoring single in the 7th, and a sacrifice fly in the 8th. Overall, he was 2 for 4 with 3 runs driven in and a run scored. Facing Colby Kennedy. And Kennedy is ready for the first pitch of the second inning. That's a fastball that is grounded towards short. It'll be fielded, but no throw by Aguilar, and that's going to be an infield single for Woodside. Aguilar had to field the ball, turn all the way around, had a little trouble getting it out of his glove. Would have been a close play. Not sure Aguilar could have gotten him, so that'll be an infield single. Woodside came in hitting an even 400, and he's now 1 for 1. Second baseman Adeline Kubalate at the plate. Updated average of 320, no homers, and 23 runs driven in. Our first base runner of the game, and the throw over to first. Kennedy looked like he had some intent on that one. Runner back in time. Kubalate last night, 1 for 3. Drove in a pair, also drew a walk. And a swing and a foul back. No balls and a strike. Woodside had himself a really good secondary lead as Kennedy delivered the pitch. This team can and will run. They have stolen 97 bases in 109 attempts. Kennedy throws over to first. And runner back in time on the high throw. 2 Fort Lauderdale Eagles have stolen 19. Vargas and Eric Scott. Here's the 0-1, a fastball low for ball 1. So ball and a strike. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the second, no score. Throw back over to first. Kennedy caught Woodside leaning, but Woodside wasn't really that far off the bag, and he was able to get back in pretty easily. Woodside gets a couple of extra steps. Not going, and the breaking ball is in the dirt. Lafferty throws down, and the runner's back in time. Two balls and a strike. And Kennedy with the runner at first delivers the 1-2. There's a chopper. Going to be tough to get to. They're going to make the tag at second, throw to first, not in time, but they do get the lead out. 4 unassisted and a fielder's choice credited to Adeline Kubalate. And it brings up first baseman Tad Stakowski. We saw him bat one time last night as a pinch hitter in the 7th. He had an RBI base hit into right. Stakowski now batting .250 on the season, and he fouls off the first pitch. No homers, and that RBI last night was his 3rd on the season. No balls and a strike. Left-hand hitting first baseman. A runner at first, 1 out. That man is Kubalate, reached on a fielder's choice. And Kennedy delivers, and a good breaking ball. Caught the plate. Kennedy ahead 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. So far, Colby Kennedy able to keep the ball on the ground. He also has a couple of strikeouts. The base hit to start the inning was an infield single. And the 0-2, strike 3 called. And no argument from Stokowski, and that's out number 2. That is strikeout number 3 for Kennedy, but more importantly, 2 outs now with the runner still at first. Jacob Case at the plate for Fort Lauderdale. 0 for 3 last night, went down on strikes twice. Case now batting at .283. Kennedy throws over to first, and the runner's back. Case has gone deep once this season, and he has driven in 7. Runner goes. He got a terrific jump. Lafferty's throw is going to be late. Kubalate had a good 2 to 3 steps on Kennedy and a very easy stolen base. For Kubalate, that is his second steal in 5 attempts. Pitch was a strike, so nothing in 1. There are 2 outs. Kennedy still a good chance to get out of the inning without the run scoring. Good throw by Lafferty, but Kubalate just had a tremendous jump. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Both Lafferty and Cale Jones, they do the bulk of the catching. They can throw the ball. Nobody was getting Kubalate on that one, not even Yadier Molina. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swing, and did he go around? Lafferty applies a tag. The check swing says no. Lafferty, though, taking nothing for granted, making the play and making the umpire make the call. Wind starting to pick up a little bit now, blowing out towards right field. Not that hard. Here's the 1-2, breaking ball, grounded off Wharton at third. Kubalate will round third. He will score. And Fort Lauderdale leads 1-0. That ball was hit awfully hard and took a very funny hop on Josh Wharton. We'll see how that one gets scored. The stolen base turns into a run, and it's 1-0. That's being scored as a base hit and an RBI for Jacob Case. 2 outs, 1 run is in. A runner at first for Alexi Angelo. First time we've seen him in the series. Angelo, 1 for 18 on the season, but he has driven in a pair. And the first pitch, fastball, misses up and in. Angelo doing the catching here in game 1. One ball, no strikes. The infield single, although he was erased on a fielder's choice, did lead to the run, and that followed a stolen base. That ball got away from Lafferty, but Case didn't recognize it in time. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Case drove in the run. He's standing at first. Pretty good lead. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. Breaking ball in the zone for strike 1. Good take by Angelo. Most likely looking fastball ahead 2-0. Now it's 2-1. And a throw over to first, a little high, and the runner back in. Leadoff single, a fielder's choice, a stolen base, a strikeout, and a base hit. That's the inning summary. 1-0 Fort Lauderdale, top of the second, and another big lead, and they got him picked off. The throw back to Huerta. They're going to run him back. Kennedy covering first, chasing the runner, and will apply the tag. The ball comes out, and the runner is safe. They had him picked. The Eagles could not get the out, and that goes as a stolen base for Jacob Case. So 2 outs with a runner in scoring position and a count of 2 balls and a strike. So Kennedy back on the mound. And a pitch. There's a ground ball towards short. Aguilar to throw to first in time. So the stolen base, the missed opportunity of the pickoff does not hurt the Eagles. But 1 run scores on 2 hits, and there's 1 man left. And we go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. We'll be back in 60 seconds after this message from the NCCAA. Five and 6 due up for Trinity Baptist. Will Van Sickle, Cale Jones, and E.J. Alvarez. Take a moment to wish TBC Athletic Director John D. Jones a great time. He is at the Final Four, which happens tonight. Villanova and Kansas and North Carolina and Duke, the first time that they have ever met in the national championship tournament. Coach Krzyzewski trying to win it all in his final season. So, Coach Jones, men's basketball coach and athletic director, hope you enjoy the ball games. Look forward to seeing you back here at TBC very soon. Will Van Sickle will lead things off. Gets his first look at Julian Picardo and grounds a first pitch foul. Van Sickle last night walked in 4 plate appearances, so 0 for 3 officially. Went down on strikes a couple of times. No balls and a strike. And a high fastball, and Van Sickle was able to hold up in time. They're going to check with the first base umpire, but he agrees no swing. Will is hitting .296 on the season, 2 homers, and 15 runs driven in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Julian Picardo had a perfect first inning, and the pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 2, not the pitch Will wanted to hit. So we let it go. And count is 1-2. Wind is picking up a little bit more briskly. Looks like it's blowing out towards right. If Will can get one up into that wind, he might take one out of here. Swings out a low fastball and fouls this one off. Looked for a moment like it got a piece of Angelo, but he seems to be all right. It might have grazed off his left arm. And a moment later, he's just checking with the coaching staff over in the dugout. Head coach, Mr. Billy Glessner, assisted by Justin Malden, Joe Adair, and Billy Reinhart. Fort Lauderdale 23-16 entering play today. They swept a 4-game series against NCAA Division II Edward Waters University just a couple of weeks ago. Here's the 1-2, and strike 3 called. Van Sickle disagrees, but he is out. He was motioning that pitch was well outside. First strikeout for Picardo. And with 1 out and the base is empty, here's a DH, Cale Jones, who hit a double off the left center field fence last night. It was dark. We thought the ball had cleared the fence, just kind of disappeared out of our sight, but it hit the very top. May have hit one of those black TBC or TC signs we see out there on the fence, and that might be why we lost it. And he takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Jones had 3 hits last night, 3 for 4. His courtesy runner ended up scoring a run. That was Tyler Graves, I believe, if I remember correctly. And with that big performance last night, Cale Jones still on the interstates, but getting closer. He struggled to start the season. Had the grand slam against Fort Lauderdale in the season opening series down south. Starting to swing the bat a lot better. 1 homer overall, 14 runs driven in. He will take the walk. He has done that 15 times. One ball, no strikes. And Picardo delivers. And that one misses low and outside. And Jones ahead 2-0. E.J. Alvarez, Josh Wharton, Luis Aguilar, and Sammy Coffrin finish out the batting order for Trinity Baptist. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is in the dirt. That ball bounced about 6 feet in front of the plate. And it's 3-0. Up here in the booth with the wall next to me, I can't see very much behind the catcher, but there is a whole lot of room back there. 3 balls, no strikes. And Jones taking that one down the middle for strike 1. So it's 3-1, 1 out, base is empty. Jones is the DH today, so he'll be running his own bases. And the 3-1. Ball 4 puts Cale Jones aboard with 1 out. That's the first base runner for TBC. And it brings up right fielder E.J. Alvarez. Didn't see Alvarez in the game last night. On the season, E.J. is 1 for 13 with 1 run driven in. And the pitch is low on the fastball. Jones is a big man. He moves pretty well for a big guy, though. Cale Jones, a senior, transfer from Weber International University. 1 ball, no strikes to Alvarez, who pops this one up and out of play. E.J., a sophomore from Suwannee High School. A few counties west of Duval. Live Oak is the main town in Suwannee County. Good lead off first by Cale Jones. Here's the 1-1. And that breaking ball misses low and outside. A good take by Alvarez. He started to flinch, recognized it was dipping out of sight. He's ahead now 2-1. Jones is 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. And the 2-1, the slide step, and Alvarez put a good rip on it and fouled it back. Julian Picardo, I don't have the numbers, but he looks like he might be about 6'3", 6'4", and nothing but rock-solid muscle. Count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we have a slight delay. I'm not sure why. Coach Copeland talking with the home plate umpire. And we are ready to resume. 1 out, Cale Jones at first. He walked. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alvarez. Bottom of the second, Fort Lauderdale leads 1-0. And a little cue shot, foul down the third baseline. Good effort by Taveras. If that ball had stayed fair, Taveras likely would have at least kept the ball on the infield. It would have been tough to get Alvarez at first, and Jones was already at second. He got a good jump. We've seen the arms that the defense for this Fort Lauderdale team has last night. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball could be 2. Here's a flip to second for 1. The throw to first is high, and Alvarez is safe at first. Ball almost went in the dugout, but didn't. Alvarez aboard with the fielder's choice. They get the 6-4 force out at second, 2 outs, and it brings up third baseman Josh Wharton. Last night, Wharton no hits in 3 official at-bats. He did draw a walk, had a couple of strikeouts. 2 outs with the runner at first. Wharton hitting .239. He's driven in 12 on the season. And Picardo's first pitch. Fastball below the knees. Reda Alvarez for hustling. Would have been a close play at first. Probably would have gotten him, but the throw up and over Stokowski's head. And the pitch. There's a high chopper towards short. Flip to first, will be in time, and that retires the side. Eagles get a 1-out walk, but nothing else in the bottom of the second, and after 2, 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. After 2, Fort Lauderdale 1, Trinity Baptist nothing. The RBI single from Jacob Case brought in Adeline Kubalite. Colby Kennedy has done pretty well. Really only one hard hit ball. That was a base hit by Case. The run is earned. Kennedy has allowed 2 hits. One of those an infield single. He hasn't walked anyone, and he struck out 3. Kennedy will face 9, 1, and 2 in the third. Eric Scott, Wilbert Vargas, and Justin Martinez. Eric Scott last night, 1 for 2, scored 3 times, walked twice, and comes into today's play batting a robust .386. 1 home run, 20 runs driven in. Want to keep him off the base paths. He runs exceptionally well. He is perfect in 19 steal attempts. Kennedy winds and delivers, and the first pitch fastball on the inner half for a strike. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Fort Lauderdale. Zeros across the board for Trinity Baptist. And Kennedy again takes his time, and he's been effective so far. And the 0-1 and a hard line drive, 1 hopper into the outfield, and a base hit for Eric Scott. Good clean signal right between the 2 left side infielders. Brings up Wilbert Vargas. Started the ball game, grounding out to the shortstop. So runner at first, nobody out. And Kennedy from the stretch. Scott bluffs. Lafferty throws to first, and Scott gets behind the tag. Throw had beaten Scott, but Scott was able to sneak into the back half of the bag and Sickle on the front half. So 1 ball, no strikes. Scott had started to take off. Didn't get that good of a jump, and now the throw over by Kennedy. Close play, but he's back in time. Scott again, 19 for 19, trying to steal bases. He has a very good lead. And not going, gets a secondary hop, and the pitch misses inside. Vargas came into the game hitting .422. Kennedy will step off and a soft toss over to first this time. Vargas is ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Runner not going, and a swing and a foul ball. 2 balls and a strike. Had that late start last night. Game ran nearly 3.5 hours. That was after I did the 11-inning high school game. Scott with another big lead. Kennedy throws to first. Kennedy giving Scott a lot of attention. That could play into the hands of Wilbert Vargas. Scott not fazed by the throwovers. And he flinched towards second, and the pitch is popped up right behind the infield. Huerta makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Justin Martinez at the plate. Went down swinging his first time up. Has very good speed at first. 1 out. Fort Lauderdale batting in the top of the third, leading 1-0. Scott's on the move. Lafferty's throw is good, but again late. And Scott got a terrific jump. And he's in scoring position now with 1 away. Another good throw by Lafferty, but both stolen bases. The runners got tremendous jumps on Kennedy. So Colby may want to vary the timing he has out there. Pitchers get into patterns. Base runners will pick up on it, and they'll be safe almost every time. That high, tight fastball over the head of Martinez, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Kennedy checks the runner at second, delivers a 2-0. And Martinez trying to duck out of the way, made contact, fouled it off. So 2 balls and a strike. Wind has settled down for now, not blowing. Overcast here on the west side of Jacksonville. And the 2-1 breaking ball hit hard and snared by Wharton. The throw to first is in time and a run-saving play, getting the out. And there are 2 away. Josh Wharton, the Gold Glove play, saving a run and then getting off a good throw to get the out at first. Third baseman Christian Taveras at the plate. He struck out to end the first inning, his first time up. Kennedy getting some defensive help from Josh Wharton. His first pitch, that one is low and inside. Taveras came in hitting .310. Nothing out of 1 so far. And Kennedy steps off the mound. And now we're ready to resume. The 1-0 from Kennedy is a fastball high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Outfield about medium depth for Taveras. And the 2-0. Breaking ball, runner on the move, and Scott will slip over third. Going to try to score, and he's going to be in there, and the speed of Eric Scott. He was running on the pitch, so that'll be a stolen base, and then a wild pitch to allow him to score. And it's 2-0 Fort Lauderdale. So Scott steals third. He was going on the pitch, stumbled around third. That made it a close play at the plate, but Scott was clearly in under the tag. 3 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. And strike one called on the inside corner. Tavares thought it was inside. 2-0 Fort Lauderdale. Eric Scott singled, stole 2 bases, and came in on the wild pitch. And a 3-1. Line drive, 1 hopper towards short. Aguilar with the throw, and it's in time, and that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 run, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third. Fort Lauderdale 2, Trinity Baptist nothing. Bottom of the third, and hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up for Trinity Baptist. That's Luis Aguilar, Sammy Cochran, and Parker Lafferty. Julian Picardo is not allowed to hit through the first 2. He did walk 1, and he also fanned 1. Luis Aguilar came in as a pinch runner in the 9th inning last night. Mark Rogers singled, but then injured his knee getting to first base, and Aguilar pinch ran for Rogers, came around the first of 3 runs that TBC scored in the 9th inning. Fort Lauderdale, though, led 11-3 at the start of the inning, and the final score 11-6. So Luis Aguilar getting his first at-bat of this 3-game series. He is 2 for 14 on the season. He's walked once and scored twice. Swing and a miss at a good fastball. Probably the hardest pitch so far from Picardo. This is the 7th game for Aguilar, 6th start. And no balls and a strike, and that one is up and in, and the count is 1-1. Aguilar played some ball at Cairn University, C-A-I-R-N, Cairn University, before transferring to Trinity Baptist this season. There's the 1-1, and a swing and a foul back, and it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff batter of the 3rd for TBC. Number 8 man in the batting order. 2-0 Fort Lauderdale. 2 runs on 3 hits. Picardo from the stretch. Strike 3 called at the knees. Aguilar thought it was low. That is out number 1. Second strikeout for Picardo. Both of them called, and it brings up Sammy Cochran. Sammy had a good night at the plate last night. 2 for 3, a squeeze bunt, and a total of 2 runs driven in. Got himself an RBI single in the 9th inning and ended up scoring as well. 1 out, base is empty, and Cochran takes the first pitch high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And Picardo delivers in the dirt. Cochran ahead 2-0. Sammy Gophrich is hitting .265. No homers, 5 runs driven in. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Ball 3 is high. Gophrich, one of the TBC Eagles who does run well. 1 pitch away from getting on board. Top of the order, Parker Lafferty next. 3 balls, no strikes. And that one is in the zone. Gophrich taking all the way. It's 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Swing and a foul back, and the count is now full. So Picardo trying to work from behind in the count. He has now gotten it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Picardo takes his time getting back on the mound. Looks in for the sign. Now the payoff pitch. Chopper up the middle. That's going to be fielded. Flip to first. It is in time. Gophrich thought he beat it. So did the Eagles in the dugout and the fans. But that is out number 2. Very close play at first. Kubalate, but just enough on the throw to get the out. So 2 outs, bases empty for the leadoff hitter and the catcher, Parker Lafferty. Grounded out to third to start the ball game for Trinity Baptist. Looked like that Gophrich might have beaten the throw. It was very, very close. He didn't get the call. There's a line drive foul down the right side and out of play. Both teams had calls just like that. Go to the defense instead of the offense. No balls and a strike. And a fastball is low to even the count. Game number 2 will follow approximately half an hour after this one finishes. We'll stop this live feed and start up a new one right as the gentlemen are ready to begin game number 2. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty, and the pitch is popped up and out of play. Lights have been on the entire time we've been playing ball. Not really taking a whole lot of effect. That's more as a just in case the skies do darken, as we are scheduled to have some rain later in the day. One ball, 2 strikes. And there's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. Count of 1-2. Usually we're just about ready to start these Saturday afternoon doubleheaders 3 minutes before noon. This time we're already in the bottom of the third with that earlier start today. Here's the 1-2. And a breaking ball misses low, and the count is even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Trinity Baptist trailing 2-0. And Picardo delivers. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3, the second of the inning and third overall for Julian Picardo. He has allowed just 1 base runner on a walk after 3, 2-0 Fort Lauderdale. 2-0 Fort Lauderdale as they come to bat in the top of the fourth. They got a run in the second and another in the third. Only 3 hits allowed by Colby Kennedy, but the first one drove in the run. And run number 2 scored on Eric Scott, stealing second after getting on base with a base hit. Then on the same play, he stole third and came around to score as the ball got by the catcher. So 2-0 Fort Lauderdale. And they will have 4, 5, and 6 due up. Malachi Woodside, Adeline Kubalate, and Tad Stakowski. Woodside is 1 for 1. Had an infield single leading off the second inning. He was erased on a fielder's choice, but then Kubalate then came around to score. And the first pitch curveball is outside. Villanova against Kansas at 6:10 on TBS, followed by North Carolina and Duke. Again, the first time those two storied programs that are only about 8 miles apart have ever met in the NCAA tournament. This pitch grazes off Woodside, and he is aboard to start the fourth. So runner at first, nobody out for Adeline Kubalate. Fielder's choice, a stolen base, and a run scored. All that in the second inning. One out. Check that. One runner on, nobody out. Kennedy throws over to first. Big lead off first by Woodside. Not going, and the pitch, line drive, one hopper to second. Aguilar to flip for one, to throw to first is in time. 6-4-3 DP, and Aguilar had a little trouble on the transition. Thought they might get the out at second, but not first. But then a good throw from Huerta. And the Trinity Baptist Eagles turn 2. And Stakowski at the plate, called out on strikes his first time up. 2 outs, bases now empty. And Kennedy will wind up and delivering a high fly ball, well hit towards right. Alvarez going back, and this one is caught right at the fence. That ball kept on carrying. There's no wind blowing, and that one tracked down by Alvarez, who made a terrific running catch. The leadoff hit batsman is erased on the double play, and then Alvarez with a terrific catch in right center. We go to the bottom of the fourth with Fort Lauderdale leading 2-0. Terrific defense by the TBC Eagles in the top of the fourth, a 6-4-3 double play, and then E.J. Alvarez tracking that one down. That ball looked like it was going over the fence. Alvarez caught it right up against the fence, and Trinity Baptist will have 2, 3, and 4 due up here in the bottom of the fourth. Dario Huerta, Ryan Heller, and Will Van Sickle. Julian Picardo has been very good through the first 3. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He got 2 of them in the third. 1 called, 1 swinging. Huerta is nothing out of 1. A pop-up to the shortstop his first time up, and he'll lead off for Trinity Baptist. Let's see if they can get some of that momentum. It looked like they might have stolen away half an inning ago. So Dario Dom Huerta leads off. Ryan Heller, Will Van Sickle to follow. If anyone gets on, Jones and Alvarez would be next. Again, no wind blowing right at the moment. Huerta with the first pitch taken. 1 ball, no strikes. Julian Picardo, as I said a moment ago, has looked very sharp. Second time now through the order. And the 1-0. Fastball driven into left center field. That one is going to get down on the grass. Huerta will pull into second with a leadoff stand-up double. So Huerta aboard at second. Nobody out for Ryan Heller. He got one right off the end of the bat in the first. Grounded out to the pitcher. So nothing out of 1. Huerta, good speed at second base. Heller, good power at the plate. He is a run producer for Trinity Baptist. 13 RBIs. Number 2 on the team behind only Cale Jones. Runner at second. Nobody out for Heller. And he takes the first pitch right at the knees. So no balls and a strike. Heller hit one last night we thought might get out, but it was a low line drive that hit the fence. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. A good swing by Heller, and he just missed doing some damage with that one. That's the first hit allowed by Julian Picardo, the double by Huerta. Now, he's been in the stretch the whole time, so that won't affect him, but this is the first time he's pitching with a runner at second base. No balls, 2 strikes to Heller. And the 0-2 on the way. Ground ball towards short and into left field. Huerta will round, and he will score, and that's going to be an error on the shortstop. No RBI credited to Heller. That is an error all the way. Trinity Baptist on the board. It's 2-1 Fort Lauderdale. So it goes as an E6, no RBI for Heller, but the run is on the board. Will Van Sickle at the plate with a runner at first and nobody out. And he takes the first pitch on the outside corner. Van Sickle called out on strikes his first time up. And no balls and a strike. And Picardo slide step and a breaking ball that just misses the inner half of the plate. See the TCA Conquerors practicing on the backfield. They had a big win last night against one of their biggest rivalries. Both teams ranked very high in the Florida Max Preps rankings. They played 11 innings yesterday, right before our ball game here started. And Trinity Christian won it on a walk-off sacrifice fly in the 11th inning. Heller with a very good lead off first. The 1-1 to Van Sickle and a fastball right by the hitter, and it's 1-2. Heller is 7 for 9 in stolen base attempts. That's the most on the TBC Eagles roster, 7 for 9. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a throw over to first, and the runner's back. Maybe Picardo heard me say that a moment ago. Van Sickle, good power, good gap hitter as well. Here's the 1-2. And a chopper towards second. The throw will go to first. They'll get the out, but Van Sickle does advance Heller into scoring position. So 1 out, the low throw. Stokowski reached down and was able to make the catch and record the out and keep Heller at second base. Here's Cale Jones, TBC's leading RBI man with 14. He also hit one. We told you about that a little while ago. That we thought was over the fence and actually called it as a home run. Hit the very top of the fence. Potential tying run in scoring position for Cale Jones. And the first pitch. Fastball inside. Heller takes off on a delayed steal, and he's safe. Heller caught everyone by surprise, and he has just stolen his 8th bag of the year. So the potential tying run now 90 feet away. That means Angelo behind the plate is going to have to make sure he blocks anything in the dirt. Infield, corner infielders pulled in. And the 1-0 to Jones. Started to flinch and took the breaking ball for ball 2. Middle infielders playing back. Looks like they'll concede the run to get the out. Corner infielders looking to cut down the runner at the plate. They did throw a man out at the plate last night. Here's a 2-0. And a breaking ball in there for a strike, and Picardo not giving in with the fastball. That was a double from Heller, and Huerta trying to score from first. 7-6-2 put out at the plate. The 2-1. Jones again flinched, but held up in time to take ball 3. He walked his first time up. And until this inning, he was Trinity's only base runner. Now, he was erased on a fielder's choice, but statistically speaking, one base runner. Here's a 3-1. And a cue shot, line drive, and caught on the dive by Stokowski, and that's out number 2. Ball hit not all that hard, but Stokowski did have to dive, and he made the catch. So Heller still at third. E.J. Alvarez at the plate, 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Didn't get any further than first base. Base hit, wild pitch, pass ball, error. Anything to score that run from third would be welcome. High fastball for ball 1. There are 2 outs, so that takes away the sac fly. Takes away the RBI ground out. Excellent diving play by Tad Stokowski. Not only got the out, but kept Heller from scoring the tying run. 1 ball, no strikes to Alvarez. And he pops this one up. That's over near the dugout, and that will drop safely. Angelo had a little trouble finding it at first, and he came very close to making a terrific catch. So 1 ball, 1 strike, count on Alvarez. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ryan Heller at third. He reached on an error. Ended up stealing third base. That was a delayed steal. Ball and a strike to Alvarez. Picardo from the stretch. And delivers. And a good rip by E.J., but he fouled this one off. Picardo not even looking over at Ryan Heller. His focus where it should be on the batter. And we're going to have a catcher's interference call that's going to put Alvarez on first. So CI in the book. That's also an error on the catcher. Runners at the corners. There are 2 outs. Josh Wharton at the plate. He grounded out to short his first time up. Initially, I did not see the catcher's interference called. But the Eagles now, 2 on, 2 out, and the pitch. There's a ground ball knocked down. The throw in the first is in time on the 1-hop throw, and Stokowski digs it out. Turned his head to keep the dirt out of his eyes, but made the catch anyway, and Stokowski has twice robbed Trinity of a run in this inning. Goes as a simple 5-3 putout. But what another terrific play by Tad Stokowski. TBC gets 1 run on 1 hit and leaves 2. And after 4, it's 2-1 Fort Lauderdale. Tad Stokowski flashing the leather, but also give credit to Christian Tavares, a third baseman, who caught the ball on the dive on that hard ground ball off the bat of Josh Wharton. So he saved a run as well. It's 2-1 Fort Lauderdale as they come to bat here in the top of the 5th. Colby Kennedy, 4 innings pitched, 2 runs, both earned, just 3 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Jacob Case drove in a run with a base hit in the 2nd, also stole 2nd and was left there. So he's 1 for 1. He'll lead off the 5th, followed by Angelo and Scott, then the top of the order. Kennedy winds and delivers, and a fastball up and in. So both third basemen have made run-saving diving plays, then gotten the out at first. 1 ball, no strikes. Stokowski also the diving catch on the line drive from Cale Jones. Ball 2 misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Kennedy a long look. Now the windup and the 2-0. High fly ball, very well hit towards left. On its way, and this one is gone. That's a leadoff home run for Jacob Case, and Fort Lauderdale leads 3-1. Not much doubt about that one. He got every bit of it. And he gives Fort Lauderdale back the 2-run lead. And for Jacob Chase, that is his 2nd homer and 8th RBI of the season. And it brings up Alexi Angelo. 0 for 1, the catcher, number 8 hitter. 1 run in, bases empty, nobody out. And a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. No doubt about that home run. Heller went back, just ran out of room. There's a high pop-up. Could be trouble. Huerta runs this one down in shallow right field. And there's one away. A great job by Huerta. That ball looked like it was ticketed for the grass. So 1 out for Eric Scott, who singled, stole 2 bases, and scored a run in the 3rd. Kennedy winds and delivers the first pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Scott wanted no part of a curveball. He wants to hit a fastball. Leadoff hitter Vargas on deck. And Kennedy with the pitch. And another good curveball for strike 2. balls, 2 strikes. Kennedy has gotten ahead of most hitters. Hasn't walked anybody. And here's a 2-strike fastball that is trickling foul down the third baseline. For a moment, it looked like it was coming closer to the dugout, but from our vantage point, Wharton right there, and good thing that ball turned foul because Scott was already at the bag before Wharton had a chance to make the catch. This man can run. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. And he lunges and pulls this one foul. Oh, an error on the third base coach. He didn't make the play. Coach Billy Glessner getting a little ribbing from his players in the dugout. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. Scott looked like he was starting to walk back to the dugout thinking it was strike 3. That's ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, and the count is even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kennedy again takes a long look in. And now the 2-2. Breaking ball, no. And again, Scott had stepped across the plate as if he thought it was strike 3. So the count full. Scott worked the full count after getting behind, no balls, 2 strikes. And Kennedy delivers a fastball outside for ball 4. And this time, Lafferty wondering where that pitch was. That's the first walk allowed by Colby Kennedy. So a leadoff homer, pop up to second, and then a walk. Wilbert Vargas at the plate. He's 0 for 2. And again, Scott with that great speed at first base. Now has 21 steals and 21 attempts on the season. And a fastball on the corner at the knees for a strike. Count of 0-1. Scott getting a big lead off first. Has that hand protection on his right hand for that reason right there to dive back into the bag, reducing the chance of injury to those fingers. Seen a whole lot of professionals doing that in the last couple of years. Call that the oven mitt. No balls and a strike, not going, and a fastball misses outside. So count of 1-1. Wilbert Vargas at the plate. Scott looks like he's extended his lead. And Kennedy steps off. Both teams have made some really good, and I mean really good defensive plays. Pitch on the way, a breaking ball blocked by Lafferty. Throw to first, and Scott not caught off task. Back on the bag, 2 balls and a strike. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Fort Lauderdale. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Trinity Baptist. Scott's on the move. Breaking ball, throw down to second. Would not have had the runner anyway. And good backup by Aguilar at second base. Aguilar trying to deke the runner. Scott not falling for it. That's his 3rd stolen base of the game. He's in scoring position with 1 out for Wilbert Vargas, who is ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. And Kennedy delivers a fastball upstairs for ball 4. Vargas a little frustrated. He looked like he wanted to swing the bat. He's at first, 2 consecutive walks. Justin Martinez at the plate. He was robbed of an RBI single on a hard bouncer towards Wharton, who made a diving play and got him at first. Coach Jordan Broden out there to the mound. Talk to the pitcher and the infielders, and that'll give the base runners and the hitter a chance to come over to third base and speak with Coach Glessner. Fort Lauderdale got single runs in each of the second, third, and fifth innings. Still batting here in the fifth and only 1 out with 2 on base. Trinity Baptist got 1 run in the fourth and robbed twice in that inning of a second run. 2 diving plays. Again, both teams playing excellent defense. Colby Kennedy has just walked his first 2 men of the afternoon. And he's now going to face Justin Martinez, who swung a hot bat in this series. Last night drove in 3. Struck out in the first inning of today's game and then hit that hard bouncer that was caught on the dive for the out. Turn and a throw to second. Wharton not only made the diving catch, but had to get up, turn all the way around, and make a good throw to first on that play. Two on, 1 out. Van Sickle playing in front of the runner at first. And the pitch. This one is fouled off. Vargas not watching the pitcher. He looks like he's watching Scott at second, maybe to see if Scott would take off. If Scott does, you can bet Vargas will too. Once again, Vargas looking at second base. No balls and a strike. Runner's not going, and the batter hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded without the benefit of a hit. That's a second man that Kennedy has hit, putting Eric Scott at third, Wilbert Vargas at second, and Martinez at first. There's only 1 out. 1 run is in on the leadoff homer by Jacob Case. And number 3 hitter, Tristan Tavares at the plate. He has struck out and grounded to short. But the number 3 hitter, with the bases loaded, and Kennedy will work from the stretch. And the first pitch, fastball in there for a strike. Tavares has driven in 16 on the season. 3-1 Fort Lauderdale, and they're looking to tack on some insurance. And Kennedy delivers a breaking ball blocked by Lafferty. Good play by the catcher. Parker Lafferty, a sophomore from Winter Springs High School. Junior in the classroom, sophomore on the field. Of course, players get their 2020 season back. Here's the 1-1, and a chopper towards third. Wharton thought about going home, but has only 1 play. He gets the out at first. That's an RBI for Tavares as Eric Scott scores. Vargas moves to third, Martinez to second. There are 2 outs now, but Fort Lauderdale has added another run and leads 4-1. Malachi Woodside at the plate. Been on base twice. Hit by a pitch last time up. Singled in the second. And Kennedy trying to get out of this jam with just the 1-run scoring. Of course, we're not counting the home run when we say that. He gets the first pitch in there for a strike. Bases were loaded with 1 out. 1 run has scored since then. Now there are 2 outs, 2 men in scoring position. No balls and a strike and a pitch. Fastball up and in. Number 4 hitter Malachi Woodside at the plate. He has driven in 27 this season. The 1-1 breaking ball lifted high and foul and out of play. Nobody throwing in the Fort Lauderdale bullpen, so Picardo is going to come out unless somebody is already warmed up. I'm expecting Picardo to come out. He's done a terrific job. Just one hit, one run. And not getting the call on that one that looked good from up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count now 2-2. 2 outs, 2 men on base. Kennedy from the stretch, delivers, and a line drive caught by the pitcher. Woodside kind of lunged at it, lined it right back to Kennedy, and he made the catch to end the inning. 2 runs, however, on just 1 hit, couple of walks. The leadoff homer by Jacob Case, and we go to the bottom of the 5th with Fort Lauderdale leading 4-1. Luis Aguilar will lead things off for Trinity Baptist. 8-9-1 due up. After Aguilar, it's Sammy Coffin and Parker Lafferty. Julian Picardo, 1 unearned run, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts through 4 innings pitched. Aguilar was called out on strikes his first time up. Trying to get a rally started for TBC. Swings at a high fastball. No balls and a strike. TBC cut the deficit in half an inning ago, and again robbed twice on 2 separate plays of that second run, which would have tied the score at the time. There's a fly ball into left field, and a diving catch is made by the left fielder, Eric Scott. Right down the line, and Scott flashing the leather, and again, Trinity Baptist is robbed of a hit. Aguilar putting that one right down the line. Would have been extra bases. However, left fielder Eric Scott makes the diving play. So 1 out for Sammy Coffin. Ground ball to second, his only time up. And a first pitch swinging and a foul straight back. So Trinity Baptist is hitting the ball well of late these last couple of innings, but the defense by Fort Lauderdale has kept TBC to just the 1 unearned run. And this pitch, fastball low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 5th. Picardo delivers, and another good rip by Coffin, but a foul ball. Sometimes the defense just makes the plays, and Fort Lauderdale has done that throughout a game plus. getting closer to 2 complete games now. They have played terrific defense. Picardo delivers. There's a high chopper towards third. Tavares, throw to first in time for out number 2. So 2 outs, and Parker Lafferty at the plate, 0 for 2. High chopper, Gophrich hustling, but Tavares made a good play and a bullet of a throw. So Lafferty trying to start a 2-out rally now. First pitch from Picardo. And a slow roller towards short. That's going to be an easy play for Case. And a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th for Julian Picardo. After 5, Fort Lauderdale leads 4-1. (4-1) Fort Lauderdale as we go to the top of the 6th, and a new pitcher for Trinity Baptist, right-hander Philip Gophrich, freshman out of Haggerty High School, taking over for Colby Kennedy, who went 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, all of them earned. Just 4 hits. He walked 2, and actually he walked 2, and he struck out 3. So Philip Gophrich now on in relief. No wins, 2 losses. This will be his 7th appearance. He has started 1 game, 7.27 earned run average, 8 2/3 innings pitched. Gophrich has allowed 15 hits, 13 runs, 7 of them earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 10. And Gophrich will face Kubalate, Stokowski, and Case, barring any changes. It's 4-1 Fort Lauderdale. 1 run in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. TBC got its only run in the 4th. And leading things off will be the second baseman, Adeline Kubalate. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored a run all in the 2nd inning, and hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 4th. So 0 for 2, but he has scored a run, and that was the first run of the game. So Kubalate at the plate, facing Gophrich, and the first pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Kubalate came in hitting .320, scored 22 runs, now 23, and a breaking ball by Gophrich low and outside, so a ball and a strike. Count of 1-1. And Gophrich delivers a high fastball, 2 balls and a strike. And Gophrich delivers a fastball, swung on and missed. Adeline Kubalate, a sophomore from Cape Coral, Florida. Count of 2-2. That's Statkowski. Jacob Case will follow. If anyone gets on, Angelo, then Scott. And the 2-2. Curveball. Lunged at and lifted into right. Alvarez on his horse, and he makes the catch, charging in. Good play by E.J. Alvarez. Both teams are playing really good defense. And there's one out for the first baseman, Tad Statkowski. He's 0 for 2. Called out on strikes and flied to right. That was the ball that we thought might have gotten out of here, but Alvarez caught it right at the fence on the run. Gophrich delivers the first pitch and a chopper foul. No balls and a strike. Tad Statkowski is a graduate student from St. Petersburg, Florida. Played a little bit at Warner University. Takes a breaking ball high. Count even at 1-1. The wind is starting to pick up again. Looks like it's blowing pretty gently, not all that hard out towards right center. 1-1. Line drive, base hit into right. And Statkowski is aboard. First hit allowed by Philip Gophrich. And with one out, runner at first, Jacob Case at the plate. And we remember what he did his last time up. Statkowski's coming out for a pinch runner. If I'm seeing that correctly, that is Lazaro Salazar, number 15, a freshman from Northport, Florida. So Salazar, the pinch runner, in the top of the 6th. Case at the plate, single and the homer. Also stole a base in the 2nd inning. Throw over to first. Salazar at first. We saw him pinch run last night as well. Had himself an at-bat, too. And that breaking ball is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Still very overcast. It's been that way since we got here earlier this morning. 1 ball, no strikes. And runners on the move. A breaking ball outside to throw down to second is late. And a stolen base for Salazar. That is stolen base number 5 for Lazaro Salazar on the season. He has not been caught. 1 out, runner in scoring position for Case. 2 balls, no strikes. Huerta trying to hold the runner close, and a fastball misses high and tight, and that's ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Eagles will have 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom half of the 6th. And Gophrich turns and takes a look. Nothing going on. Gophrich a long look in. Now ready to deliver the 3-ball, no strike pitch. Fastball got the inner half of the plate. Case nods in agreement. It looks like he'd like to have that pitch back. No doubter his last time up. So now count of 3-1. And Gophrich gets the call on the outer half of the plate, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Salazar at second, just stole the base as a pinch runner, and Gophrich looks him back. Three balls, 2 strikes. And Gophrich delivers a breaking ball that misses outside. Delayed steal, and the ball's thrown into left field, and Salazar will score. Good throw would have had him at third, but he crosses the plate, and it is 5-1. That's a walk, a stolen base for Salazar, and then an error on the catcher, allowing him to score. So a single run so far in the sixth, one out, a runner at first, and Alexi Angelo, the catcher, at the plate, and he's been called back for a pinch hitter. Now batting for Fort Lauderdale, wearing number 17, Drew Powell. And we're going to have a runner at first base as well. Wearing number 1 is Chase Davis, whom we also saw last night. And the first pitch, ground ball into center field. That's a base hit. Davis will stop at second. That makes the run scored by Salazar now earned. And there are 2 on and 1 out. So Chase Davis at second. Powell aboard at first with the base hit. Eric Scott at the plate. And Drew Powell has come out for a runner. Justin Frias, whom we saw a couple times last night. So Frias, the pinch runner, after Powell, the pinch hitter, singled. There are 2 on with 1 out. A run is in. Fort Lauderdale leads 5-1. Eric Scott has had himself a terrific game. Fastball upstairs. He has singled. He has walked. He has stolen 3 bases and scored 2 runs. He also made that diving catch, robbing Luis Aguilar. Now right down the left field line. 1 ball, no strikes. Gophrich delivers and swung on and fouled off. One ball, 1 strike. Gophrich delivers a 1-1 breaking ball in there for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gophrich checks the runner at second. Runner's on the move. Davis trying to steal third. Lafferty's throw is late. Go, they got him. A late call. And that will be a caught stealing against Chase Davis. He looked like he was in. Might have come off the bag after getting in there ahead of the throw, and Wharton kept the tag on him. That'll go as a caught stealing. So 2 outs. Frias into second. That does not count as a stolen base for him because of the out at third, so he advances on the throw. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Scott, and Gophrich a chance to get out of the inning without any further runs scoring. Runner at second, 2 outs, and a pitch. And Scott lunged for that one and got a piece of it and fouled off, and he knows he should have let that one go, and big smile on his face. And Davis looked like he had beaten the throw, but he may have come off the bag. Wharton kept the tag on him. That may be the reason for the out call at third. It was a late call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on the move and a chopper towards short. That's going to be a tough play for Aguilar. And everybody's safe and a run will score. Frias never hesitated around third. That's going to be an infield single and an RBI for Scott because the runner never stopped. And it is 6-1. So 2 runs now in. And the top of the order, Wilbert Vargas at the plate. 0 for 2 plus a walk. And Scott aboard again for the 3rd time. He has stolen 3 bases already. 2 in the 3rd inning and 1 in the 5th. And pitch on the way and a high pop-up that will get out of play. No balls and a strike. And Gophrich from the stretch has a man leaning and the throw over. Scott back, and Scott was about to take off towards second. Gophrich noticed that. Made a good throw, but Scott got back in. Scott not phased by the move and the throw over to first. And he's back in once again. No balls and a strike is the count on Wilbert Vargas. And the pitch, fastball, and this one is fouled off. So no balls, 2 strikes. Eric Scott again getting a big lead off first. And time called. Pitcher steps off the rubber. And now ready. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first, 2 runs are in. Runners going, and a breaking ball, and no throw. No chance at all to get Eric Scott. He got a terrific jump, and as we've said a few times already, he can book it. That's his 4th stolen base of the game and 23rd on the season. He has not been caught. One ball, 2 strikes. Gophrich takes a long look in. And he steps off. Now ready with a 1-2 count. Scott's on the move again, and Lafferty will not make the throw. Stolen base number 5 of the game for Eric Scott. So he's at third with 2 outs and a count of 1 and 2. Make that 2 and 2. And the pitch. Fastball driven into the left center field gap. That ball is up against the fence. Scott scores. Vargas around second, going for 3. The throw will be late. And that's an RBI triple for Wilbert Vargas. And it is 7-1. And Justin Martinez at the plate. And that looks like that might be it for Philip Gophrich as Coach Copeland makes the walk to the mound. So we'll pause here and we'll let you know about the new pitcher in just a moment. You're watching TBC Eagles baseball here on TBC Eagles. The new pitcher for Trinity Baptist is Tristan Petty, taking over for Philip Gophrich. Tristan Petty from here in Jacksonville, or check that, from Paxton High School. There's a Paxton High School in downtown Jacksonville. This is Paxton High School, and he's taking over for Philip Gophrich, who went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 3 earned runs on 4 hits, and he's responsible for the man at third. 3 runs have scored this inning, and Fort Lauderdale leads it 7-1. Top of the 6th, the RBI triple from Wilbert Vargas. And that is RBI number 40 on the season for Vargas. And he is the leadoff hitter. I wonder if he's been the leadoff hitter the entire season. He came into this game hitting .422. He's now 1 for 3 with an RBI. Drove in 2 last night. Now Justin Martinez, who drove in 3 last night, is at the plate. He's 0 for 2, last time up, hit by a pitch. He was robbed of a hit by Wharton, the third baseman. So Petty working from the stretch. First pitch fastball, low and inside. So 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs with the runner at third. 3 runs are in. And Petty delivers. There's a ground ball towards short, knocked down by Aguilar to throw to first off the mark. And that will allow Martinez to take second. A run scores, and it is 8-1. That will be an infield single and an error on the throw. The error allows Martinez to take second. Again, a base hit and an error on the throw. Christian Taveras at the plate. 0 for 3, but an RBI ground ball in the 5th. He had that throw beaten, so give him the single, Martinez. And advancing to second on the overthrow. 4 runs have scored. It's now 8-1. I'll close the book on Vargas. We'll check that Gophrich. Vargas is the man who scored. A couple of mistakes this inning on my part. No balls and a strike. Petty looks back at second. Now delivers, and a breaking ball misses outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And a fastball low for ball 2. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs with the runner at second. And Petty with the 2-1. High fly ball, center field. Should be caught. And Gophrich puts it away to end the inning, but 4 runs for Fort Lauderdale, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Fort Lauderdale 8, Trinity Baptist 1. Bottom of the 6th, Fort Lauderdale has opened up a 7-run lead. It's 8-1. 2, 3, and 4 due up for TBC. Dario Huerta, Ryan Heller, and Will Van Sickle. Julian Picardo has pitched 5 innings, 1 unearned run, just 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. He will face Huerta to start things off in the bottom of the 6th. Dario had a double and a run scored in the 4th. 8 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Fort Lauderdale. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors for Trinity Baptist. And pitch on the way is a strike on the fastball to start the at-bat. No balls and a strike. And Picardo delivers. And a fastball right down the middle for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2, breaking ball outside. So count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Long look in by Picardo. And time called. Huerta didn't want to wait anymore. Picardo again with the long look. Now ready for the 1-2 and misses upstairs. Might have tried to break off a curveball on that one, and it looked like it slipped out of his hand. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the 2-2. Fastball fouled off. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Picardo from the stretch delivers. And a high fly ball into right field. And that's going to be an easy play. Martinez puts it away for out number 1. Ryan Heller at the plate. Reached on an error last time up. Ended up stealing third base, but twice 2 diving plays kept him from scoring. One out, base is empty. And first pitch to Heller is a fastball for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, and time called. the 7th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for Fort Lauderdale. Here's the 0-1. And Heller went around trying to duck out of the way. And he's down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. He didn't mean to swing. He was trying to duck under that high, tight fastball. But he turned past the plate. No argument. No balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball's in the dirt, and the throw will be made to first. And that is out number 2. That is strikeout number 4 for Picardo. Strikeout 2-3 on the putout. Will Van Sickle at the plate. Punched out in the 2nd and a ground out in the 4th. And now we have problem down the first baseline as Ryan Heller is limping back to the dugout. And that does not look good. Heller trying to beat that throw on the pitch in the dirt. And hopefully that's not going to be too serious. So Heller's still limping back. Looks like might have pulled a groin. And TBC can ill afford to lose Ryan Heller. Will Van Sickle at the plate, nothing out of 2. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. And the first pitch to Van Sickle, swung on and missed. No balls and a strike to Will Van Sickle. And ball 2, 1 misses outside. Count of 1-1 to Van Sickle. High pop foul, and this one is out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Trinity Baptist has not had a base runner since the 4th. Picardo with the 1-2. High pop fly, shallow left field. Scott camps under it and makes the catch. So another 1-2-3 inning for Julian Picardo. After 6, it is 8-1 Fort Lauderdale. Tristan Petty got the last out in the 6th, and he's out there to start the 7th. It is 4, 5, and 6 due up for Fort Lauderdale in the top of the 7th. Malachi Woodside, Adeline Kubilate, and Tad Stokowski. For Lauderdale, got 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and 4 in the sixth. TBC's only run came in the bottom of the fourth. Malachi Woodside at the plate. He has singled, been hit by a pitch, and lined to the pitcher. So 1 for 2, leading off the top of the seventh. And Petty's first pitch is a fastball in the zone at the knees for strike 1. When this game ends, we'll stop the feed and we'll start up a new one as both teams come out at the beginning of game number 2. Usually about half an hour between games. Petty's pitch is fouled off to the left side, so he's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. And a count of no balls, 2 strikes. Petty working from the stretch with the bases empty. Slide step and a pop-up. That's going to get out of play. Colby Kennedy has been the only pitcher we've seen last night and today that has used a full windup. All other pitchers have been nothing but the stretch. And no balls, 2 strikes, and a ground ball headed up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Woodside is aboard his second hit of the day, and it brings up a batter for Adelin Kubalate. So pinch hitter. And this is going to be Darian Robinson batting for Kubalate. Runner at first, nobody out. We saw Robinson get an at-bat last night. Nothing out of 1, and he takes the first pitch. Outside for ball 1. Leadoff single by Woodside. He's at first, nobody out. And pitch on the way and misses up and away. Darian Robinson is 2 for 12 on the season. One of those hits a double. He has driven in 3 runs. The 2-0 in the dirt for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. And 3-0 on the way and called the strike. Robinson started to trot on down to first. Back in the box with a count of 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch, ball 4, and there will be 2 men aboard with nobody out. Tad Stokowski re-entered after having Salazar run for him in the 6th. And we have a timeout as Coach Broden out to the mound to talk with Petty and the infield. Stokowski singled to get on board in the 6th, and then Salazar eventually came around to score after stealing 2 bases. Everybody heading back into position. We had a leadoff single by Malachi Woodside and a walk to Robinson. So 2 men aboard, nobody out. Eagles will have 5, 6, and 7 due up. Jones, Alvarez, and Wharton. Skies seem to have darkened up just a bit. Here is the first pitch and a fastball in there for strike 1. Again, rain forecast for later in the afternoon, but it's been very overcast since we got here at around 10 o'clock this morning. No balls and a strike and a pitch. There's a ground ball towards third. Wharton Fields throws to first in time for the out. And now the question is whether or not the ball hit the ground. That ball was hit very hard. So it was a line drive. And now umpires are still talking about this. So we are going to see what we get from the umpires. Okay, so it is a ground ball. Woodside at third. Robinson at first. Actually, it was a line drive caught by Wharton. And as he tried to double off Robinson, Woodside took off and took third base on the throw. That ball was hit really hard. I couldn't tell if it hit the ground or not. Here's the 0-1. And a line drive. One hopper. They'll throw to second for one. Over to first in time. Double play. Inning over. 6-4-3. Inning ending double play. So a hit and a walk, but no runs for Fort Lauderdale. We go to the bottom of the seventh. It is 8-1. Bottom of the seventh, Cale Jones, E.J. Alvarez, and Josh Wharton are the scheduled hitters, barring any changes. Robinson has stayed in the game to play second base. And still out there on the mound is Julian Picardo, who's been terrific. 6 innings, 1 unearned run, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Cale Jones drew that walk in the second. And he lined out to the first baseman in the fourth, robbing Jones of a hit and an RBI. That was the first of those 2 diving plays that kept Ryan Heller from scoring what would have been then the tying run. Fort Lauderdale has added 6 more since then. 2 in the 6th or 5th and 4 in the 6th. So Cale Jones at the plate, 0 for 1. And Picardo's first pitch swinging and a ground ball towards short. And that should be an easy throw to first in time for the out. Jacob Chase re-entered. That's the shortstop who just made the throw. E.J. Alvarez at the plate, 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice. Actually 0 for 1 because he reached on a catcher's interference also, and that does not count as an at-bat. And a high pop-up right behind the infield. Both Case and Robinson giving chase. And Robinson, did he make the catch? Yes, he did. He held on. Tough to tell. He had his back turned, and it looked for a moment like the ball had come out, but he re-corralled it, kept it off the ground, and there are 2 away for Josh Wharton. And first pitch to Wharton is in the dirt for ball one. Fort Lauderdale 1 out away from taking a 2-0 lead in this 3-game series. Here's the 1-0, and a hard ground ball towards short, and Case could not corral it. That'll be an error on the shortstop, and Wharton is aboard with 2 outs. So Aguilar at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He was robbed of possible extra bases in the 5th on a diving catch by left fielder Eric Scott. So runner at first with 2 outs. Skies have gotten a little bit darker now. Wharton leading off first. Picardo delivers. High drive down the left field line, but foul. So Luis Aguilar back in the box. No balls and a strike. Julian Picardo has done a terrific job trying to finish what he started. And no balls and a strike, and a pitch is a fastball that's high for ball one. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Wharton at first, reached on the error. And Picardo from the stretch delivers the 1-1, and a swing and a foul ball, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So a count of 1-2. Wharton the lead off first, and the pitch. High pop-up, should be caught. Stokowski puts it away, and that's the ball game. Final score, University of Fort Lauderdale 8, Trinity Baptist College 1. Julian Picardo, the complete game victory, 7 innings, 1 unearned run, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Colby Kennedy takes the loss for TBC. 5 innings, 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Well, game 2 will get started at approximately 1:50, give or take a few minutes. We're going to end this feed now. Look for the live indicator so you'll know when we're back on. You're watching Trinity Baptist College Baseball here on our YouTube channel on the TBC